Hello and welcome to the Flow Leadership Framework. My name is Andrew Kallman, and I'm going to be your guide and your host and your coach and your mentor. And hopefully you'll pick up a few things along the way here. It's going to be quite the journey to get through all of these videos. There's some blog posts that you'll be reading. You're going to be taking some quizzes in between in the learning management system. And when you're done and you have successfully passed all the quizzes, you will become a Flow certified professional. As I mentioned, Flow has been something that we've been working with for about 25 years. The roots of Flow go all the way back to the early 70s when Ted started working with something that he called the model. And that particular model was used by Ted successfully in a number of different companies up through about 95. And it was in 95 through 99 that Flow, in its current format, was born. And so what you see here on the screen is what we call the 4D model, and that's define, distill, deliver, and drive. And this is an iterative process that is continuous. And eventually, we should probably have a line coming out here with an arrow that would say potential incremental, potentially shippable incremental product, service, or result. And I really like that from the original Scrum guide. They took it out later, don't know why. Not everything revolves around products. It actually can be services, it can be results that you need to get done. But you have to have the right definitions for whatever it is that you're trying to do. If you don't distill agreement, it's going to be painful at best to be able to get anything delivered. It will be nothing but chaos. And then driving that, it's almost impossible if you can't get the first three right. And we'll get into deeper definitions on every one of these parts of the 4D model. It's interwoven in every video. You'll see it often. But the heart and soul is vision. If there's no vision, the people cast off restraint. And I think that's missed quite a bit in today's economy, is that people don't think that vision is important when having a clear, concise vision that everybody agrees that, yeah, this is what we're trying to achieve, it's going to be really difficult. And so what I have here with the two things, plus right people and plus the 4D model, that's basically the Flow formula. Vision plus right people plus the 4D model, get those right, you're going to end up being successful, and you should be able to achieve flow. And flow really is, we've got the tagline up there in the upper right corner here. It's to get everybody moving in the right direction and loving it. Okay, everything that we have in Flow is covered by a Creative Commons Attribution, No Derivatives 4.0 International License. When we talk about no derivatives, we mean no derivatives. And so you'll notice that in the corner of every one of our slides is the copyright, 1972 to 2020 by Kallman AB. That stands for Aktiebolag here in Scandinavia. That's like incorporated in the States. All rights reserved. Now, feel free to use these. Any of the images from our videos from the presentations, from our books, whatever. Feel free to use it. But we do ask that you include a copyright like this that says copyright 1972 2020 Coleman AB, all rights reserved, used with permission. And so that's how you give us attribution. And don't change our pictures. You can enhance them and add explanation notes and things like that. But we've spent 25 years honing this. Okay. Now, you'll hear me talking a lot about we. And by we, I mean everybody in the flow community. There's a lot of people who have helped along the way hone this into a better and better product and tools, models, mindset, and tool set. Okay. Flow isn't just a tool set. You can, if you don't get the mindset part right, the tool set won't function the way you want it to function. So it's really important to understand it's a both and, not an either or. And there's a lot of individuals that miss that if you don't have the mindset, doesn't matter what tool set you use, probably isn't going to deliver the full result that you wanted to deliver. Okay? And if you want to know more about flow, you can see that there on my website that I've listed here, andrewcoleman.com. And you'll see additional information as we update the slide decks, just like the one that we've done here. There might be additional permissions beyond the scope of what I've named here. You can check that out on my website. Now, this video series and all of this whole Flow Certified Professional slide deck is dedicated to Ted. Ted poured his professional life into what he called the model originally. And as I mentioned, he used that up through 95 when Ted and my brother Dan and myself, we got to work on a project together for almost 4 years at Steelcase in Grand Rapids in the US. And so, unfortunately, Ted decided to pass away on us last Christmas, terribly unexpectedly. We're still sort of processing that, trying to come to grips with that. He's definitely missed his humor, his ability to just really boil it down to the right question in a nanosecond was just an amazing ability that he had. So this entire presentation and training series for the Flow Certified Professional is dedicated to Ted. The main thing I want you guys to be able to take away from flow is to how to enter into an individual flow, a team flow, a product, program, process flow, and then even portfolio organizational flow. So I have 4 boxes that we're going to be using to show you how to do that. Now, it was never Ted's or my goal to rewrite Dr. Csikszentmihalyi. I probably just slaughtered his name. Forgive me, Mihaly, or Mihai. It's a Eastern European name, and I'm not so good at doing those. But anyways, he wrote the original book on flow. I think it was all the way back in 1972. And that's actually how Ted and I learned about flow, is that we were all basketball players. And so all my brothers and myself, and my sister's the oldest. And so Dad's idea of family planning was have the babysitter first and then the basketball team. So my brothers and I, we all played basketball, and that's where we learned about flow and how to step into individual flow. used to have different names, than just getting into the flow. It's like when you're playing basketball and every shot you throw up, it goes in the basket, or every shot that you shoot. It doesn't matter. You get all the rebounds, you steal the ball, every pass that you make is perfect, and your teammates are able to score. But this whole series is so that in the books, we have a couple books that you will be reading. If you if you haven't excuse me, if you haven't downloaded those yet, on the website for the training, download a copy of each for yourself and start to read those. Now, the books aren't there just for you to go, oh yeah, great stuff. You know, I can take flow and I can go, oh yeah, this is a great picture. But if you don't take it out of the book and start to use it in your daily work, it doesn't matter. The other book that you'll be getting access to in the training is the Nehemiah Effect. And that's the predecessor to Flow. So you would want to read both of those to really start to understand what we're talking about. But Flow is on the cutting edge of business and agile leadership. It's a new way that you can organize, or it's a mindset that you can use to organize your teams and your products and your programs and your processes and your portfolios all the way up to the executive suite. And I know that the Agilists would be horrified right now because I just did a hierarchy. Well, guess what? That's how a majority of the businesses are structured. And so we have to live within those constraints, and it will take decades to achieve what many in the Agile community think can be achieved very quickly. And so, team level, you can do it very quickly. Agile works wonderful. It does what it's supposed to do. But to get programs flowing where you've got 20, 30 teams, a couple hundred people working on that, that's a whole different art than what they're teaching you in Agile or even Scaled Agile. Scaled Agile is a program management methodology, and it's primarily a tool set mindset. They're hoping that that bubbles up from the grassroots, that as the people become agile, that impacts and starts to influence the the mindset for program management. But the main thing is I want you to be able to create and sustain a state of flow for the individual, for your teams, for your products, programs, processes, portfolios, and eventually for the whole organization. And if you're doing any kind of scaled agile, you better have a leadership framework like Flow in order to be successful. And again, I want you to be able to take it out of the books and immediately apply it in your daily work. And so that's going to be what we're shooting for in each of these videos. This is the end of the first video, and we'll be continuing with the introduction to Flow in the next video. Thank you.